right, welcome in everyone to Comic Book Women. I am incredibly excited. I believe the girls are too, because tonight we are going to be covering Dave Stevens, one of our, I think, all of our favorite artists. You know, somebody that I think even in the chat, you guys are going to be familiar with the name and you're going to recognize a lot of what we're going to cover tonight. Before we get started, thank you to Cover Price. All the info that Britt pulls and Jen pulls from is from them. And shout out to Bird City Comics. Same deal. They are sponsored retailers. And this week, I don't know what we're dropping yet. So just stay tuned to our IG. Hi, ladies. Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Dave Stevens. You know, Jen and one of my friends, Lance, are like the two people that really introduced me to Stevens. And so because of you guys, I've been just tumbling down this rabbit hole of Dave Stevens art and I just can't get enough. So very excited to be covering him. If you are new to the show,
Part one.
Part one. Actually, maybe part one of 2 or 3 or 4, because there's so much we could talk about. But shout out to Nimesh in the chat. Thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. Yeah, it means a lot to us when you guys support the channel. So thank you, Nimesh. You are a superstar. Let's kick it off. I know it has been a while since we had the full crew together, right? Jen, so why don't you start with name and credits for me?
So Dave Stevens, so this is interesting, but that long story short. So penciler, inker, creator, co-producer, and illustrator.
What was interesting about that?
Well, it was in the documentary that, do you want to talk about it like a tiny quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Fill everybody in.
Oh, no.
So guys, if you aren't aware, over on Amazon Prime, there is an entire hour, almost 2-hour long documentary all about Dave Stevens, starting from his beginning, kind of explaining why he drew the way he did, how his career evolved. It's really enlightening. Highly recommend that you guys check that out if you are a fan of his art. But we don't have enough time to really dive into it, but we're letting you guys know it is over on Amazon.
And YouTube as well.
Is it on YouTube? You can watch it for free?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Okay, very cool. Lucy, you are muted.
I knew that. I didn't want you to guys hear me. It's the secret. Just kidding.
You're good.
We have Amazon Prime. It's technically free, right? So, right?
I don't know. I thought you had to have a Prime membership to watch it. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's the one that like you will get free shipping if you pay like that monthly fee. Yeah. So it's kind of like technically free.
Technically, right? All right. So award and nominations. He was nominated for Inkpot, the Kirby Award, Russ Manning, and Inkwell. Medium was traditional, and notable runs, which I think a lot of us will know, will be Rocketeer and Bettie Page. Lucy, do you want to cover the key traits?
Yes. Curvious, classic pinup, very clean detail line art, elegant brush strokes when inking.
Yeah, his women, the way he drew women, they were curvaceous. They were very thick, but in a sexy Marilyn Monroe type way is how I think of it all the time, with that very classic pinup style. You can just spot him a mile away. Sarah, personal life.
Yeah, his personal life, his lifespan, unfortunately, is from 1955 to 2008. He met his future wife at San Diego Comic-Con, and he died, unfortunately, of hairy cell leukemia. And I love this because this was part of the documentary, was that he spent his later years helping Bettie Page. He loved her. So, yeah.
No. The documentary talks about that too, how he kind of revitalized that character in general. Like he really brought life back to Bettie Page. Yeah, but we always have these artists that are gone way too soon. Mm-hmm. So guys, if you are just joining, there's about 30 of you in the house. This is Comic Book Women. We are here every week covering a different artist, writer, creator. In tonight's case, it's all about Dave Stevens. So let's just dive right in. What do we have first? I love this one.
On the right, it's Sarah's pick, but on the left, it's Alien Worlds number 4 from 1983.
And then Sarah.
And my pick was DNA Agents number 24. This was done by Eclipse in 1985. I love this. I think this is totally pinup 1980s. I love it. Love the little teddy. Love the rainbow hair. Amazing. Beautiful.
I wasn't say that yet. The rainbow, you know what? When you were asking, I don't know much about artists. Uh, you know, and going through it, it was hard for me to pick one. I couldn't pick one. I don't know if it's because seeing them in the smaller version, I don't know, but now seeing them like this, it changes my perspective. Like it changes like the way like I was seeing the books. Probably seeing them in person will be a lot different because this DNA, it's just gorgeous. I love like the hair and everything. Like even the one on the left, it's just very sexy the way it looks and they're very nice.
So if you had to pick one, left or right?
All right, so
will go
Chad, we want to
right.
hear from you guys too, left or right in that chat. And I want to speak something really quick. Reef the Sea
Ooh.
Forever was saying that Dave Stevens books have been going up. It's insane to me how inexpensive most of these are. And I 100% agree with you. I think that if you're somebody that's a long-term holder, definitely get a hold of these while you can. The DNA Agents is tough to find. Pro tip, the back cover of Micro number 3 has a DNA Agents 24 art for the rear cover on a white background. Damn,
Nice.
James. Dropping
Right?
knowledge.
Hi, James.
All right, so left or right? Lucy, you have to pick left or right.
Ooh. I will go with right.
Ooh,
I
looks like
just-
everybody's on your
Yeah.
side. Well, let's see. Alien Worlds, we're looking at only $29 for a raw. The most common graded 9.8 goes for $213, which again seems like a steal. You can get a fine for $9, whereas the DNA Agents, 9.6, $152. So I think it's safe to say that that is the winner with a CGC last sold for $400, Sarah.
Wow.
Right? I know my sexy ladies.
You definitely do. She has a whole- And that's a tough cover to find. I've never seen one. I've seen Alien
Just the
Worlds, but I've never seen the
colors.
DNA Agents.
The color on the hair, like I want that. I want my hair like that.
Do it. I'm commanding it. I want to see you on the next show with like a big old wig of rainbow.
And I'm gonna have that headband dressed like that.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But yeah, we're just kicking it off, guys. And look at this. Right out the gate, we got two gorgeous, gorgeous women. So let's keep cruising. Jen.
So the left is Lucy's, and then the right, it's Seduction of the Innocent 3D number 1 from 1985.
Okay, so the one on the left, it's hard because I love the one on the right too. Like the pumpkin, the witch, and everything. Like I like it, but then the one on the left, when Jenna asked me like to pick one, I was obsessed with Marilyn Monroe for a long time. Who hasn't, right? Like yes, I wanted to know everything about her. I remember seeing because I was a teenager, like I didn't have that much money, so if I see those cheapy bags with her face all over or anything all over, I will want to buy it. I just thought she's just a beautiful woman. And right here, you can see like how he captures like her beauty. Like it's just. I've seen drawings of her, and it's not as, even though she's sleeping on this one, like, it's not as perfect as this one. I don't know. That's just
No, I agree. She has like that signature softness to her. Like it's really well done. Good pick, Lucy. And then what was on the right, Jen?
Seduction of the Innocent from 1985.
Damn, look at Eric Hurd has 4 out of 4 so far.
Wow. Good job.
Stevens Collector in the house. All right, so Sarah, this is your turn. Left or right? Chat, we want to hear from you guys too. If you had to pick one of these up, or you got to pick one of these up and you had to pick one, left or right?
I think I'm going to go with Lucy's pick. I'm going to go with the left with Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, I think the Seduction of the Innocents probably like more like well known. Like you see that cover being homaged, or at least I have. I think it was Sabrina that they homaged that one. But yeah, let's check it out. Crossfire is going for $25 raw, a 9.8 last sold for $258 with an asterisk, meaning it doesn't pop up on the market that often. And on the right, we have $60 raw with a 9.8 going for $448. So although the chat and Sarah both voted for Crossfire, however, the asterisk does mean that it's been like what, 60 days?
I feel like the one on the right is also a little bit more popular too. I've seen it more on Instagram. I have never seen the one on the right before.
The one on the left, you mean? You haven't seen Crossfire?
I mean, I have not seen. Yeah, no, I haven't really seen the one on the. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Beautiful, beautiful stuff. All right, so that's that one. The winner goes to Seduction of the Innocents. Okay, moving on. Oh, I own both of these. This is like a Laura slide. Okay, go ahead, Jen.
You have Sheena 3D Special #1 from 1985 on the left, and then on the right, it's Johnny Quest #5 from 1986. I loved Johnny Quest.
The Sheena that I have still has the glasses inside of it, so
Nice.
I carefully took them out. I'm like, these are from the 80s. It was just so neat. But
Jen, and I know the one on the right was your pick on one of our shows long time ago.
Yeah. These are both gorgeous. I love the face on Sheena. I think it's absolutely beautiful perspective. And if you guys, again, watch the documentary, he was a perfectionist. He always wanted to get the angles right. He wanted to get the curves right. He wanted his brushstrokes to be perfect. I believe somebody that knew him said almost to a fault. And I think these are both really good examples of him being a perfectionist. Sarah, left or right? Chad, I want to hear from you guys too.
Because Sheena was going to actually be my pick, but I was like, man, I'm going to pick something different.
She's beautiful.
I'm going to go with Johnny Quest. I'm a Johnny Quest fan when I was a kid. So, yeah, Haji and I forget what the dog, Bandit is the dog's name.
Little mask. Lucy, what about you?
They're cooking you the freaking
Really?
because that's what they're saying. It's like the dress like it's so funny. Oh my goodness. I will go with the right just because that was Jen's pick. Our last show, older show, and I know a little more of that cover. Compared to the one on the left.
Hey, would that kind of negative space in any way?
Huh?
No.
Does the shirt connect at all? Maybe not.
No. Nice try. But
there was an opportunity for it, right? It was
right?
Close, but no cannoli. All right, let's take a look. Guys, there's 40 of you here with us tonight. Thank you for tuning in. We are covering Dave Stevens books. They are insanely affordable, as this proves. So on the left, the Sheena, a very fine, goes for $16. On the right, the Johnny Quest goes for only $13. If you want to get a 9.6 of that Sheena, you're looking at about $82. And for the Johnny Quest, a 9.8 goes for about $300. I can't stress this enough. I see these books continuing to climb in value. If you are looking to invest long-term, basically anything Dave Stevens, I can't think of one that I wouldn't want to pick up. I think his stuff is to keep becoming more and more popular and more valuable and more rare. So I would grab them while they're still this price.
It's interesting to see like the ebbs and flows, like when artists like will be.
So I was looking into some of them though, Jen, prior to this show. And like, if you look at the last sold, they just keep going up. Even in this dip of a market, these are still holding. But yeah, I agree with you. There is definitely a fluctuation, but I think people, the more they start realizing, like Lucy, who Dave Stevens is, they're going to want to collect more and more of his stuff.
Gotcha.
Moving on.
I have a quick question. Didn't Dave also work on Johnny Quest, like in the background, or he worked for Hanna-Barbera? I'm not sure.
The animation studio.
Yeah, he was multifaceted in so many ways. And we haven't even talked about his interiors. That'll be another show.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So the one on the left is my pick. This is World of Wood #1. This one came out in 1986. I chose it because I like the composition. I think it's really well done. And again, if you watch the documentary, he was very adamant about trying new things, trying new angles. And I just think this is a combination of sexy and just very interesting to look at. So the one on the left is my pick. I do not own it yet, but this is a tough one because you're putting me up against Airboy. Really? Go ahead, Jen.
I want to say real quick. Somebody tagged David Chan on our Instagram, and I was looking at his page. I was being a little stalker, and he has so many of these covers. I was like, wow. So if you guys are not following him on Instagram, like, go check him out. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, he has a lot of these covers. So yeah.
David, are you selling your Airboy?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, welcome in, David. Go ahead, Jen.
So it's Airboy #5 from 1986. Valkyrie.
I when I was looking, I almost picked Wood also because I like the way, and then it reminded me of Lucas. He's always saying like tentacles and stuff like that, like somehow. And I kind of liked it, but Airboy is just, I can dress up like that.
I mean,
minus
come on,
all
that's-
that, like it's just, she just looks badass with that gun, and that hair, like, yeah. I got the cape already, so I'm halfway there, right?
Flawless.
Nice.
Flawless. This is like, it's borderline not fair. Although the wood's really good, I think everybody's gonna say Airboy. What do you think, Sarah?
I'm definitely going with Airboy. Again, I agree with all what Lucy said, and I like the fact that the guy is like begging her or whatever. He's holding on to her, which yeah, because she's sexy and fine. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Those
yes, it's
eyebrows,
bold.
like, don't
Right?
mess with me.
That's something about Steven's work. He tries to give each of his characters, again in the documentary, he talks about this, a soul. Like you can look at that face and you can almost feel
Yes!
her
That's
personality.
us, Laura.
I got the tentacles.
Me with the attitude.
Yeah, you
Mm.
definitely had like with a little curl because you have the curly hair. I could see you
Yeah.
completely cosplaying this. You have to. But all right, let's take a look at the numbers. What is the market saying? We have $33 for a raw World of Wood #1, whereas Airboy's last sold for $20, which seems like a steal. A 9.8 of World of Wood went for $214, with a 9.6 of Airboy going for about $89. So if a 9.8, what do you think? 160, probably somewhere in that range.
Probably.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So yeah, World of Wood takes it on the monetary front, which is interesting.
Why is it World of Wood?
I don't know.
I think, isn't it
Anybody
Wally-
read the series?
Mhm.
World of Wood.
Isn't it Wallywood?
I don't know.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I never read it, so I don't know. I'm just
Yeah, I've never read it either, so I can't. It's a 4-part miniseries by Wally Wood. By Wally Wood. There you go. Well done,
Yeah, you
Jen.
can tell because of the
No?
colors. Because of the colors, it is Wallywood. Okay.
So, David, do you have a 9.8 of Airboy? Asking for somebody who might be interested. He was like, do not let her follow me on Instagram and all this stuff. Gorgeous stuff. Okay. We're already halfway through.
Said no earlier.
He does have one. All right, Lucy, your pick is on the left. Want to tell us about it?
So yeah, this one was released in 1987, my year. Woo woo. So but yeah, this one is has multiple writers on this one, and obviously the cover of Dave. I keep saying, when I was looking him up, I kept writing Dan for some reason. I don't know why. It's Dave. But I just, I love Elvira. I love, and I seen this cover a lot, and I can see, and it's a little bit more affordable. And I just love this cover, and I seen like some homages to this, different, the one with Jenny Ferguson, and I think I posted recently the Hex Wives, and Sabrina. You've seen a bunch of different covers like this, so I had to pick the Queen of Darkness. So yeah, this was mine.
Very, very you. Very cool. Jen, what's on the right?
It's a Comico Christmas special, not #1 from 1988. You'll see in a second why it was included.
Ooh.
All right. There we go. Eric is 7 out of 10 so far. I wish David had been here for the whole time. I wonder if you're up there with Eric on these. Look at the pencils. The details are so amazing in her eyes. It's kind of hard to see on the screen. You're right. If you have this in hand, you could definitely see a little bit better, but this gives you an idea.
I know, and I almost bought one. I saw somebody was selling it, and then when I was going to put like claim, somebody had already bought it. I was like, dang it. And again, I didn't realize, older, like we have been doing these shows, like if you guys, David, you're new here, but like we've been doing this patch shows like last month, picking an artist. And I have learned some I kind of knew, some they're like completely new to me. Again, I have been into this hobby like since 2016, 17. And a lot of these older artists are new to me. And before I was not paying attention to who was doing the covers. I was just like picking up the covers that I really like them. but I've been learning a lot. And because I never paid attention to who was the artist on this, I just love the cover.
Well, that's what this show's about. Guys, there's 50 of you with us now. So thank you again. Make sure you're subs to the channel if you're not already. Let's check out the stats. Wait, Sarah, left or right?
I'm definitely going with the Mistress of the Dark, Elvira, and those natural chichis.
Let's see if the market agrees. Okay, so we're looking at a 9.0 going for 106. We don't have any slabbed of the Christmas special, but it's going for only $4. So $63 versus $4 for a raw. Elvira takes the win.
Yeah, it's just to show, like, you see a Dave Stevens cover, or he has like 2 different signatures, but don't just assume that it's like $20 plus. Make sure to, like, just relax.
I'm curious why there's no slabbed information for that. Like, nobody slabbed it.
I mean, it's not your typical Dave
Stevens.
Okay, Laura, can you explain to Adam the Christmas cover?
Okay, so the Christmas cover on the right is a interesting combination because you think it's going to be Christmassy, but in reality, it's these 5 aliens. 2 of them are kneeling. I have no idea. Are they knitting?
I think they're giving presents.
Yeah, I think
it looks like they're exchanging because he looks like surprised getting like it looks like a Star Wars ship or something.
Elvira.
And the other one has like a little, like, like a book. He's so happy he got a bug. It's cute.
And there's a little bit of snow falling. It's definitely not your typical stuff. Okay, I'm looking for a graded version. You're right. I don't see any. There's tons of raws on eBay, but I don't see any graded for that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's just to hold your horses. It's cool, and I definitely would buy it for $1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would too. I definitely would. I see that being another one worth the money.
I want both. I want both.
Right. Okay.
Now, pay attention more to once you pay attention more to that cover of the alien, it's so interesting. Great pick, Jen. I like it.
So this is not fair yet again because this is my pick on the left, but she put me up against Planet Comics. So everybody knows Planet Comics.
I pick both of these.
Well, I mean, in a way, because the reason I like Jungle Comics, this is number 1 from 1988, is that the back cover has like a preview. I wish we could have included it. It has blue instead of yellow for the background of Planet Comics. So it's kind of like a double whammy if you can get a hold of this. And it's gorgeous. You got Sheena on the front. She looks amazing. But yeah, going up against Planet Comics. You want to tell us about that one, Jen?
That's number 1 from 1988. And it's mega iconic.
Mega. Yeah, I've seen it homage so many times. There's the back. Can you guys see that?
Oh yeah, I can see it.
So it's like a blue background and she's wearing green pants.
Do it again, make it bigger. Yeah, that's what she said.
Well, hold on. There, I'll put it like that. You are terrible. You are terrible. Can you guys see that?
Yeah. Oh, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the backside, which I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, it has been. You guys are right. Planet Comics has been homaged several times, but nothing beats the original on this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look. So we're looking $14 for the Jungle Comics raw, and a raw for Planet Comics is going for about $80. Slabbed, we're looking at a 9.6 going for 114, whereas a 9.4 goes for 214 of Planet Comics. So yeah, definitely Planet Comics is the win here.
Right?
She really is.
I said it and then I didn't realize that I said like it, yeah.
Cracking yourself up.
Yeah, FOMO. But wait, no, because they generally like no. I'm just kidding though, okay? Like when I say yeah by FOMO, like I'm kidding, guys. Kidding. Especially with this, like they're cheaper in the cheaper side. Some of them are in the cheaper side. Like,
Well, look what David's saying though. The 9.6 has an asterisk next to it because it was so long ago. He's saying a 9.8 went for $900. That's a massive jump for a 2-point gain. That's incredible. I wonder what a 9.8 of the Planet Comics number 1 would go for. If anybody knows, drop that knowledge in the chat because that's
which one?
There's been no sale for Planet Comics 9.8 in over a year. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what was the last one sold at?
Yeah.
It's a yellow cover.
Huh?
It's a yellow cover. So I imagine like
Yeah.
What?
It's probably really hard to get 9.8. Like
Color
rub,
breaks.
whatnot. Yeah.
You never know. Somebody might be hiding it underneath their bed.
Yeah, these are both just stunning, guys. If you come across either of them, scoop them up immediately. Moving on. Okay, so whose pick was on the left?
This is just Dave Stevens.
Just
Like
show pick.
there's just Dave Stevens. Like that's just So Comics Journal magazine 117 from 1987 on the left, and then on the right. How do you say that, Laura?
Cheval Noir.
Yes, number 7 from 1990. I think we did this as a foreign magazine one time, and it was more blown up. But this is the American Dark Horse comic.
Oh,
I think you're
we
right.
did
The
too.
noir cover is again one of those more iconic ones. I've only seen it homaged
Homage.
once that I can think of. Sarah,
Oh my
left or right?
God.
I love a redhead, but I'm definitely going with the left with cheesecake.
Oh,
You see, it says Dan Stevens and
Yeah.
or Dave Stevens
Cheesecake.
and cheesecake.
Isn't it nice that he drew himself?
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Then this is so tough to pick. It's really tough. Yeah, like you could see he's on the phone and like, you know, like to draw. Damn. I can't pick.
come on, Lucy. This one had you at nipple tassels. Just say it. You were sold.
Right?
I hope you're my secret Santa this year. I'm gonna get you some.
No.
Wait,
like my
what?
kids are be like, what are these?
We're all getting nipple tassels for Christmas.
Yeah, that's gonna be a new thing.
Even the guys.
Hey, Red Hood, get picture Joe. Eh? We'll make that
Aaron.
work. Okay, if you had to pick, girls, we have to focus here. If you had to pick left or right, what are you
yes.
going with?
Oh, because of the toes. Okay, hold on. Let me expand this real quick. Wow. Yeah,
I don't know
pretty
what she's doing. She's doing
toes.
a little kiss. The veils.
No, it's like
yeah, it's like a little pose. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I'd probably go with the noir.
it's tough.
Okay, well, let's see. We're looking at $129 for the Comics Journal magazine from 1987 with $6 shipping, so roughly $140 if you want to round up. With the noir going for a 9.8 one for $408, a raw for $47. Huh.
So if the Comics Journal is raw,
It doesn't say anything about the grade, though.
It would beat it if it was graded.
Well, a 47 for a raw, but we don't know what the condition, so it's very fine. So if the journal was like a near mint for 129, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to tell without.
Oh my
without
God,
the
now I'm gonna have
condition.
this song and then what can I get you? I danced that song in school. I remember in football, like was it the halftime on football game in our school?
You did that?
Yeah, we danced that song.
I want proof of life, otherwise I don't believe you.
Well, none of my family went to see me, so we have no pictures of that.
Moving on. Okay, next up, these again are going to be two of you that I'm sure in the chat, David, Eric, you guys probably have the King Kong. I haven't acquired this yet, but Jen, go ahead.
So King Kong #1 from 1991, and then Rocketeer from 1991. It's just the movie adaptation.
I'm gonna go with King Kong.
Yeah,
I'm going with the Rocketeer.
Really?
It's just like look at the face of King, like the hands, like all those little details, like the lines and everything is just so. I mean, yeah, Rocketeer is really good too, but yes.
Only you would be
all
looking
the
at the gorilla.
way.
I'm looking at the blonde in the front. Like I'm staring at her lines.
well,
Her
yeah.
dress.
Yes, the shoes. The shoes. I want the shoes. You can get me the shoes for Christmas.
Although they're not heels. They're like flat.
No. Yeah, they're so
Interesting.
cute.
They almost look like tap shoes. Like when I used to dance, I used to wear shoes.
Oh,
like
they
that.
got like
You
a
still have those too.
deal. They don't have like a.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. I wonder why he went that choice. Like, you would think most male artists would have put her in like a little stiletto or a little.
but if she's been
heel.
running, it could have broken off.
Ah, you
True.
think he thought that
Yeah, you can see the other one.
character?
But that
Maybe he did.
That wasn't the style back then. Remember, he's a big 1930s fan.
Oh,
So stilettos didn't come out until probably 60s, 70s.
50s, no?
I don't know if
They had
too
a
many
little.
wore
They had
stilettos.
not stilettos, but they had a little higher
Right.
heel.
But yeah, that's probably the style of the 30s. So that
Good
my guess.
point, Sarah.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Yep.
All right, let's take a look. So
I
the
want it.
King Kong, a very fine's going for only $10, with a 9.8 going around $200. On the
Wow.
right, the Rocketeer fine condition, only $3, with a 9.8 going for 112. But that was the last sold, so it's been a while. I would say overall, King Kong takes it for the win. Sarah, sorry,
I
love you.
know, but the Rocketeer, they might be redoing it. So
yeah.
I thought they were.
Yeah, there's already a touch. Well, stuff can always happen, right?
Right.
But the rumors that are going around is that it's going to be a Tuskegee Airman that gets the pack next.
1956.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's right.
I just want to see.
That's right.
Yeah, King Kong's one I'm
1953.
definitely hunting down. That actually, I want Airboy next than this. There's so many. Okay, let's keep cruising. We are almost done, folks. So if you are tuning in with us, stay to the very end. We have a little treat at the end. Okay,
Ooh.
next up, Sarah, this Vampirella that you found just blew my mind when you sent this in the chat. I was like, holy hell. Why did you pick this?
I picked it because the side profile, it's classic pinup style. It's just sexy. The side view, I've never seen it done by any artist really like that well. Like the muscle structure and just the way that she's just sexy. Like I just want to say, like, damn, you sexy girl. So that's why I picked it. Also, just an FYI, there is a Vampirella 1992 Dynamite did it. It actually uses the same cover. Like, it's very similar. So just be aware if you're looking for this cover. There's also kind of something very similar that came out in obviously 2021, but just be wary. But yeah, it's freaking hot. Like,
Reno.
damn, girl.
And it really shows off so Dave Stevens has like two signatures. He does his whole entire name, but you can see by the pedestal, the stairs, it's the DS is another way he signs it.
Wow. Both of them are beautiful. Yeah, both are beautiful, but that Vampirella, yes. Yes, yes.
And then
I feel like I'd go Bettie Page on this too. What's the Bettie Page about, Jen?
it's Bettie Page, Queen of the Nile, #1 from 1999. This was Britt's pick. This was her Bettie Page pick.
It's that twist. She doesn't skip working out her obliques, and you can just see it. And it looks, oh my god! I don't know. These are both insanely hot. It's just the battle of the hotties.
Yeah, like you can see that muscle on her booty.
Yeah. Again, that's something Stevens was known for. He puts in all those little details that can often be overlooked, especially I feel like in the comic
guys.
industry.
Look at those guys, those legs. Oh my god! Like
guys always look muscular, though. I feel like women don't always look muscular.
Oh my god! If you guys seen Sam's legs, like, oh. That's why it got me. I was like,
get him an Egyptian
damn legs, guys.
Yeah. All right, let's see what the market says. On the left side, that Vampirella on a bid sold for $10. Whew, somebody's probably pretty happy.
Like an Egyptian.
Another one sold for $20. That's from 1993, but that's a 2-book set, so keep that in mind. And it was both books for $19.99. On the right, the Bettie Page sold for $32. What were you gonna say, Jen?
Sarah, you mentioned it was a trade, right?
Yes, it's a trade paperback. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's another great artist that was Dave's best friend. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what we were. Oh yeah, you missed it at the beginning. We did mention it. Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Let's keep cruising.
Well, David, do you know about the Amazon show? An Amazon show, sorry, the documentary.
I'm sure David's watched the documentary. I mean,
yeah,
guaranteed. It's been out for a while.
You know.
Okay, so Jen, what's on this one?
Okay, so this is something that part of me was like, oh, okay, do I show this? Has it been shown? I don't know. I'm hunting for it. I haven't found it. I can't find any listings. I can't find any sales price. When it pops up, it sells quickly from like my research. But one on the left is a 1981 San Diego Comic-Con souvenir book that he did. You can see his autograph down the left-hand side. He did a couple of San Diego Comic-Con brochures and souvenir books, and like because he was from the area, right? But I feel like if you're in the California area, you might have a better luck finding one of these. But it's from 81.
I doubt it. I wonder what the print run is on this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's for a con, but it's from 81. So it's like, well, who keeps
81.
them?
Right.
Well, which one do you have?
I don't have
Like-
either.
No. I mean, Lord of the Brooklyn. Does he have any of these?
And then on the right, it's back issues from 1983. It's a pricing guide for
He has one.
Playboy. What?
He has one, Lord of the Brooklyn, right?
Wait, you
That's
have one of the
me?
San Diego Comic-Con ones, Lord?
But is it this one, or do you have one of them?
Which one?
Yeah,
Which one? Left or right? Which one do you have? Be very specific. We want to know.
And sorry, Jen, we interrupted.
Okay.
What were you saying about the right?
So the back issues from 1983 is a pricing guide for Playboy and other like men's magazines and covers and OA and merchant like memorabilia, right? So like when you open it up, it's kind of like the Overstreet, but for those kinds of magazines and stuff. Like so when you open it up, you actually find out that in 1983, Playboy #1, the first Marilyn Monroe, at that time, what is it? A VG, a 4.5 ballpark was going for like $900.
Jesus.
But currently, I think one sold, October 29th for $2,951. So it's cool because it's literally just this cover that he did, but I can't find it. Like I would like to have it
Ghost.
just because it's the cover of him doing Marilyn Monroe and
Well, and it's such a funny innuendo, back issues, the kind men like. You know, I mean, it's a perfect combination of art and cleverness and his style. Yeah, Jen, these are awesome, man. These are really cool.
but
Mm-hmm.
they're ghosts. Like
Yeah.
if anyone has it, please tag and let us know how much you paid.
If you don't mind. I know it's like
Just
taboo to ask
DM.
in the industry, but you know, just
Just
DM.
DM if you want. You don't
Oh,
have to
David, do you have it, David?
He just put
I
tough to
think
find.
he
He didn't
said.
say one way or another.
Right.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, I don't
incredible
think
stuff.
he
This is the
might
stuff I
have.
like with these shows is that you get to see stuff that you might not even know. Yeah, I would buy them.
That's fine to buy them all. Yeah.
He doesn't have them. So there you go.
No,
That's
no.
one of the larger collectors in the chat tonight too.
Yes. Wow. They're beautiful. That's yeah. Do we?
Sorry,
I
I'm looking
think I don't know if we said thank you to Fer for the $2.
Oh, thank you, Fern.
You know. Okay, we just kind of kept going. Sorry.
Yeah, these are ghosts, Jen. I like that. We should start doing a ghost slide at the end of each one. So that good luck finding these. You know,
Well, we do
Yeah.
sometimes. Like
Yeah,
it's whenever
we
we show them and there's no price, but we don't ever make it like official. So maybe from now on it'll be more official.
Yeah,
well,
because
that's
we never
our ghost
done the
slide.
official. Yeah. And
Show
if
it one
you're
more
still
time.
here, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And after the show, leave us a comment. Or if you're watching a replay, like leave us a comment. That helps us with the algorithm, especially.
But not yet because we have one more slide.
Not yet.
Last but not least, Jen.
Oh,
what's this
sorry.
one?
So on the left-hand side, if you go to the Rocketeer Trust, it's his sister that runs it. They do
Let's see,
sell
Jen has some packages.
some of his OA and other prints off of there. And wait, what?
What do you mean?
Package shoes.
What are you guys reading?
Sorry.
Not yet.
So this is he did a self-sketch towards the end.
Some an extra
Sister
cover.
put. So I like when artists do self-portraits.
The way they see themselves. Yeah, it's very illuminating to how they are as a person. Yeah, this is interesting. He looks very intense.
And
So
then
there's still OA of his available on this site.
yeah, so she does. I
much
think it's been, I forgot how much time since the last OA, but like she does a lot of prints and pins, and it's occasional stuff. Like it's interesting. And then dstevens.com, and then the Harry, how you say it?
HarryCellLeukemia.org.
To
He looks very Tony Starkish.
Yes.
I was
I
thinking
was
that
trying
too,
to,
Sarah.
yeah,
Well called.
those eyes, those eyebrows, the hair, that little, yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. So when you go to
Oh,
shop
wow.
at that
This
site,
was
it
his drawing
redirects
of
you.
himself during his
in
last
his last
days.
Oh.
Oh.
In that case, I wonder if he was leaning more towards just the DS signature with the 2 dots this time versus his full-blown signature. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, be sure to check it out, guys. There's a lot of stuff over on that site. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. We know that we barely scratched the surface of Dave Stevens, but we're trying to keep it, relatively short so that you're not here all night. We'll most likely do a part 2. If you enjoyed it, please do us a favor, sub the channel, give it a thumbs up. Follow Jen at Comic Aficionado over on Instagram, Sarah at SheGeek78, and Lucy at Mama Comics, Chloe's Comics Swag. And of course, if you're not following them, I'm assuming you are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's it for us tonight. Make sure you are following Cover Price and go ahead and sub them up already, or if you're not already, because they are a very good resource. And Bird City Comics, we have a very cool drop coming up this Friday. A sneak peek will be shown on our Instagram tomorrow. Girls, anything to add?
I look forward to part 2. Yeah. We're gonna show. This is just like a taste. And it was like, oh my God, next time.
Well, because his interiors are equally impressive. If you guys are familiar with his Star Slayer series, he did the interiors on that one, and it's fantastic. I was speaking with Ben, Mr. Longshort, who does our Long Story Short show on Thursday, and we were talking about his interiors. And
thank you.
I think there's a lot of them out there that people won't know are Dave Stevens' work. And so it's like, okay, we'll get you guys some more information on that, hopefully in the next week or 2, maybe.
Wait, did you want to do it next week?
I don't know. This was my pick, so I feel selfish picking twice in a week, or twice in a row. So one of you girls gets to pick next week.
that would cover the part 2 part.
That's true, which we never do, and we always say we're going to. So
Lucy, I think that's why. It's just like,
well, we will do it. We will do it.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Have an awesome night, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next week. Bye.